Hello, my amazing boys and girls. Today, we are going to be creating some gradient gemstones inspired by the artist Angie Crabtree. We just looked at her really wonderful hyper-realistic paintings of cut gems, and now we are going to use our skills of creating value and gradients to create our own realistic looking gemstones. Now, there's going to be 2 tips for success for you when you are creating your work. Of course, you're going to be starting with a template, but the first tip for success is to create some areas that are dark, some areas that are medium, and some areas that are light. And I like to have some of those different values at different points within my gemstone. The second tip is for you to have gradients in every single shape that you have. This shape even has gradient in the medium shapes. So here in this shape, we can see that I transitioned from a yellow green into a medium green, and that creates a little bit of change in the way we perceive the color. This shape has high contrast. It goes all the way from a black green to a medium green to a yellow green, and that is very interesting. But we can also create interest even in those medium shapes and the light shapes by creating some transition between one side to the other using different colors or different values. To begin with your gemstone, the first thing that everyone will do is you are going to be taking a ruler and placing it on top of the printed line, and then we are going to trace on that space to create a little gap in between each of the spaces of color. We want there to be a space where we don't see color to create the illusion of that shiny highlight or the cut of the gem. So twist your paper and have your ruler on top of the line to create that space. Once you have created your shape, now we are going to go ahead and create some gradient. When you are coloring with your gradient, I would like for you to start with a light application of your color. And then we will build it up where one side is darker than the other, just like we did within our other works of value art that we have practiced throughout this quarter. Pressure and layers. One way that I ensure my color is blended nicely is sometimes I do a little circular motion with my colored pencil, and that makes my colored pencil go in all directions at once. You can also explore layering up some different colors on top of each other. So I'm taking now a pink color, putting it on top to add some depth, and finally black to increase the contrast or the difference between our light and dark. And now I have finished one shape. I'll go ahead and repeat those steps for my next shapes around it by first outlining with my ruler on top of the printed line, and then adding a light application first and building up my value. Light application is what is going to help you to be able to blend your colors together. If you go too hard, too quickly, you won't be able to layer up those colors and create a smooth transition. So if I'm doing kind of a ruby colored stone, I can also change up the direction that my dark is located. Sometimes the prism of the stone messes with light in a way that creates a variation where the shadow is. So maybe on this side, we can put the shadow or the dark place kind of ending on this point of the cut. Roll your pencil, layer, and increase your pressure as you color. For reds, I also like to explore using this color pencil called maroon, or you can even explore using some brown to darken up that red space. And once again, you want to make sure to have some variation in your different shapes, with some being dark, some being medium, and some being light, to really enhance your work and make it very interesting to look at from all different directions. All right, boys and girls, we will choose our template and get our color pencils, ruler, and begin.